Hey y'all, so this week I'm going to a Friendsgiving, and so I wanted this assignment to kind of be a part of that. So the dish that I decided to make was a dish that we made last week. My group didn't make it, but the group next to me did. It was a butternut squash with pecans, goat cheese, and a maple sauce. I thought that was the best dish to bring just because it looks pretty. It's kind of fancy and it's really good. Also, it's something different that gets away from the potatoes and carrots and Brussels sprouts and just that type of stuff. So I'm making this video now so I can just show you everything that I do and don't have to explain it while I'm doing it. This dish is pretty easy. The hardest part is probably getting everything ready. Of course, I had to trim and cut the butternut squash, which was kind of hard just because my knife skills aren't that great. After that's done, all you're doing is you're putting it in the pan, laying it out on making a single layer on the pan and making sure that there's not a bunch of squash on top of each other. And then you're gonna put your oil, salt and pepper, mix it all together, toss it up, and then lay it back out, put it in the oven for 30 minutes, and then you're gonna go back and kind of flip it and give it an extra maybe 15-20 minutes. After that is done, of course, the squash is done, and you just have to make the sauce, which is just a maple syrup with a cayenne pepper with it. It's really simple. Like I said, the hardest part was probably getting everything together, but this video should be pretty fast. Another thing is that, of course, the recipe is butternut squash with goat cheese, pecans, and then maple syrup sauce. The goat cheese and the pecans are just add-ons, so after I'm done cooking everything, I'm just gonna probably put that on the side just because I don't know, there's gonna be a lot of people, so I don't want to put goat cheese on everything, and I don't know who has nut allergies, so I'll probably wait to do that until I get there. So this is just me cutting. I cut it before I started trimming it, and this is me trimming it too. After I trimmed, of course, I started cutting it. This is the bottom half, and I just cut them into smaller pieces, dice pieces. I kind of had a lot, but this is my butternut squash. I had two smaller butternut squash, and this is just all of it in the pot. I added 2 tablespoons of oil. Then I add half a teaspoon of salt and pepper. And also, this isn't all my squash. I had to do 2 pans. So, of course, after I did that, I tossed it all together and mixed everything up. So, like I said before, you want a single layer. I had to use 2 pans just so I could have a single layer. But this is how it looked in the pan. Also, while I put that in, I went ahead and put the maple syrup and the cayenne together. This is the maple syrup that I end up using. It's a golden color, but you can always use a darker color too. So this is the cayenne pepper with the maple syrup. As you can see, it's not a lot. It's just gonna be a glaze over the butternut squash. It's not gonna be overpowering. So this is just my finished product. This is with the maple sauce on top. Like I said, it's a glaze. You really can't tell that it's there. As I said before, I'm not going to add the goat cheese or the pecans just because I don't know everybody's food allergy.